Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a team from the American, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Cardinals ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's James. Fires to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Let's talk for a second about Iowa State. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected.
Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at it, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Off play action. Finds his tight end.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. It's Malone. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Cyclones want to pick up the tempo. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen instead. Nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He's got the tight end. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
It's hard to have a grown man bearing down on you, about to hit you in the face, and you still be able to focus and keep your eyes down the field and throw a great pass to your wide receiver. Great job by the QB.
Quarterback making adjustments. Scanning the field, it's James. Lets it fly. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
I hate to be Captain Obvious, but it's pretty obvious that it's raining. And you just don't know how a quarterback is going to always respond and hand size and how they throw in the rain. An opening drive, a chance to come out and get some momentum, and he makes a critical mistake. And you talk about giving momentum away. Let's see how this offense now comes out and responds the next possession.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. All right, guys, let's talk for a minute about Louisville. The portal can work wonders if you have specific holes to fill. Breathe a little new life and energy into the program. David, these guys went in there, got a nice little haul that really could set them up for success this season.
They did, and they didn't go bonkers and go crazy, Jesse. I like how they just saw a couple guys that they thought fit their system, fit their culture, and now they're bringing them in so they can rise the tide of this team.
Yeah, this feels like a curated roster, right? They only had a few holes that they had to fill up, but they went out, they put their effort into finding the right guy. They feel like they've upgraded their roster with just a few portal additions.
Turning it on. Got the first down and more. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Louisville. Once he got some room, it was over. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And he takes this from inside the 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone. Jet going for it all. Brings it down on the right side. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Cyclones are in the hurry-up.
What a throw on first down, the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Quarterback making checks. Back to throw, it's James. He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it down the right side. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Well, this quarterback has found a really nice rhythm here on this drive. He just looks dialed in. He's doing a great job in the pre-snap, seeing the safety rotation, and that time saw the one-on-one matchup to take a shot, and he hit it. He's in a
deep shot for the end zone, and incomplete on the deep ball.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz. Because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play,
pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Holds it in. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. And the Cyclones didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Buys a little time with his feet. Touchdown, Iowa State! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And what a nice play call and nice execution. Play action, you're thinking run. Quarterback pulls it out, throws the football right behind those guys, and gets the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a nice job there by the quarterback, too, on the ball handling. He just froze the defense just long enough to help those wide receivers and targets get some separation in the end zone, and at that point, it was just an easy catch and catch.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. He's in open space downfield. He's past the 30. He's up to 94 yards for them on the ground already in this first quarter. He looks as if he's ready to put up numbers.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play call. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive coordinator or the offensive line coach is block those guys. Don't watch them tackle the guys.
And the Cardinals will hustle to the line. This is a design run. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. There he goes. Inside the slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And what a great play call there on fourth down. You know, they script and practice these all throughout the week. You've got to be able to call something that you know you can run in your sleep. Beautiful execution on that fourth down play for a touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Oh, he missed it. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. With jet sweep pass. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to pass, it's James. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. The Cyclones now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He might want another play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the right. Right on the money. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes the grab on the left.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's how to catch you, big fella.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Cyclones come to the line in the hurry-up.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Gets it out fast. And this one will be stopped for no gain. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's James. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience and one this freshman got away with.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Complete to the left. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. He wants to throw it again. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. No huddle offense to the line. Wide receiver going in motion. The offense changing the play. Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. The Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cyclones! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Domers. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Runs through the tackle. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. The Cardinals headed quickly to the line. They go to the ground. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. With that, he's got 101 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. Down to 2 minutes to play, and we'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. On the move. There he goes. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
They bring him down behind the line of scrimmage, and now he'll have to go back to work to get over 100 yards again for the day. Motion from the wide receiver. To throw, it's Carr. He lets it fly. Catch in stride inside the 15.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, and now the defense is really on its heels. From the red zone, looking for a space. Gets it out quickly. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Under heat, and he gets rid of it. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It is perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Power football with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. They'll keep it on the ground. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. To the air, it's James. Here comes the heat. Got his man to the left. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a 1st down here late in the half. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Cyclones will snap it on 1st and 10. Gets the back moving, making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on 1st down. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. And he hauls it in inside the 30. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. They keep count of their number of explosive plays, and that last one has them set up 1st and 10 at the 19. Looking for the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere.
Oh, he's got some space. Past the 1st down marker and still running. Inside the 40. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cardinals!
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Just just about set to get this second half underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a squad from the American, the Iowa State Cyclones. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Cyclones' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Back to throw, it's Carr. Takes the easy throw in the flat. At the 35, he's got room. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
Wants to go up top on first down. Swings it out to his running back. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Let's take a look at the big picture for Louisville. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. And what's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance.
Makes the grab past the marker. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. They'll throw it from the red zone. Looking for the score. He caught it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. And the Cardinals racing to the line in the hurry-up. On the move. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. Straight ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Louisville. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. On the option. He'll toss it. All right, guys, let's chat Iowa State. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's James. Unloads to the wideout. And the third down pass is incomplete. They're already down a touchdown early, and the last thing they need to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to that offense. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
And I don't know how to explain that one. Fourth down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
Iowa State, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. Boom. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And the Cyclones moving quickly to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Might be changing the route. To the air, it's James. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. The Cyclones come to the line trying to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. Looking to throw again. Throws for the tight end. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
Breaks into the open. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Bringing the heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State!
If you're laser focused on defense and you're dialed into the quarterback and you're breaking on the football when he throws, you get a lot of tips, you get a lot of deflections, and then it just happens to bounce to your guy, and your guy does the rest, takes it all the way back to the house. Big play by this defense.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Right on the money. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Bust through behind his pad. They trip him up, but not before he has a huge gain and sends a bolt of momentum into the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? They'll leave it with him. Plows through the defense. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
And I bet this coaching staff is jacked up to get this offense firing so fast early in the season, on point. A lot of times it takes time to build the rhythm. It takes time to get it rolling. This offense starting the season off with a bang.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Domers. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Tight end now in motion. Looking to throw, it's James. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Wide open spaces. Running inside the 20. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And the Cyclones want to move quickly. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Starting to feel a little pressure. Sweet spin. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. Chucked it away just as he was hit. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
They'll try to run for it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cyclones! After the score, we'll see if that free zone will fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more. Turning it on! He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a first and goal. Wants to throw. It's Carr. Floats it out in space. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Cardinals want to crank the tempo. Motion from the back. Wants to fire on second down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. And they knock him down in the backfield. Outstanding play by the defense. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
So they've got the lead. They can make it a 2-score game with a chip shot field goal, but instead, the offense is out there on fourth down. Fires into the end zone. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on fourth down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. And as a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Works his way for 3 and gets him out to the 5-yard line. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Standing in his own end zone, looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Dropping back, it's James. Finds the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
From the gun, to give, looking for room. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Might be looking to run. The sure hands, it's Jackson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
The Cyclones will snap it on first. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Ames, Iowa, home of the Cyclones of Iowa State. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a squad from the American, the Iowa State Cyclones. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Cardinals have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Let's talk for a second about Iowa State. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The play action fake. He rifles one deep down the middle. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And what a drive this has been so far by the defense. Of course, they're in their own end of the field. They're sort of in that fringe area, and they forced 2 straight incompletions. If they could force another one right here and make it really tough on their opponent to kick a field goal.
Quick strike complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They're in field goal range here on 4th down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. Converts on 4th down, still going. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Looks as if he's going to run it. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop.
The whole point of running the quarterback on these designed runs is to get an extra blocker. You should be getting more movement up front, but that time, guys were getting knocked backwards, and as a result, they actually lost a yard.
Charges ahead. And this defense does it again. Back-to-back plays for nothing. It'll be 3rd down. 2 straight times they've been denied. Do they go to the ground again on 3rd and goal? They'll run it. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They're on the board first here in the season opener. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
And you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Brought down at the 16-yard line, and that will likely bring out the punt team. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Great place to start for this offense. Here's the handoff. Fights off a defender. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Spins away from the defense. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Louisville!
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They got the ball in great field position and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Handoff from the shotgun. Just ran him over. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23. A pickup of 4. And the Cyclones in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
There he goes. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
The give to the tailback. Got room on the return. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter.
Louisville 14, Iowa State 0.
First play of the period, first down here. They'll ride the hot hand. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Carr. Makes the grab down the middle. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. The Cardinals come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd, man, and they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. Got it in the middle, it's Landry. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the snap, it's Jackson. Fires to the tight end. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. Here's the pressure. That one falls incomplete. They reached into the bag of tricks on first down and couldn't pull it off.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. And some room to work. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Back has it. Find some fresh air. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, if they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Cyclones want to pick up the tempo. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got an open man. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. The give to the lone running back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Might as well stick with him. Runs through a tackle. Nice stiff arm there, but the defense still able to stop him for a short gain. And the Cyclones are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Gonna run it. It's Jackson. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Man, I just love physical backs that break tackles and get those extra yards and show that toughness, Palmer.
He's so hard to get on the ground, David. He plays with great pad level and also has phenomenal balance for a running back.
And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa State.
And this defense, just a little bit of a letdown right before the half. Been controlling this football game, been dominating this football game, giving up points, got to go in the half, get it buckled back down, get that intensity cranked back up.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. Great starting point. Grabs it inside his 25, and here he comes. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Working the throw. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Cyclones will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he can really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. And the Cardinals are in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. And guys with the empty backfield on 2nd and short, might they take a shot here? Looking downfield, it's Carr. Scrambling away. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. The Cardinals come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Quarterback will keep it. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He's got it. First down and more. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on 4th down. You're in the 3rd quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.